everybody. Welcome to the dungeon. My name is Robin, and today is Lampworking 101.74. Today I have another implosion bead for you guys. So I hope you've been practicing. This one is a lot of fun, and all you need is one piece of twisted cane. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you're all doing safe and well out there. And on that note, we will see you next time in the dungeon. Okay, I am going to start this out by making a nice big piece of twisted cane. And you know, when you want a longer piece of cane, you kind of need a little bit more glass to pull out. So I have a 9mm clear rod. I like to use the Effetri Super Clear. I find that it's just a really nice glass, and it doesn't get any kind of schmutz on it, if you know what I mean. And there's really not a lot of bubbles either. And even if you might see some kind of scum on the surface, I almost never see it when the bead is finished. So I get a large amount hot. And here I just roll it into a marble mold. You don't have to do that, but I just want a nice even shape. So when I put my white on here, it's nice and even. So I'm going to start from the top and just swipe it down to the bottom part of the ball. And I'll do that twice. And as soon as I am done adding the color, I am just going to push it very gently to flatten it out a little bit. All right, so the next color I have is a really nice, this is a carrot red. It's my favorite red. It's not too dark, it's not too light. It's just right. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to swipe that on a couple times and flatten it down. And you can already see at the top, the two colors are touching. So in this last section, I'm going to add the Effetri Bubblegum Pink. All right, so once I have all of these kind of together and touching at the very top, I will go ahead and just grab my tweezers. Well, no, I'm actually going to, I'll grab my tweezers in a second, but let's punty up first. So I'm gonna just stick a punty down, just a very small amount in there, but I do want the colors to be touching the punty, and then I will go ahead and take the other rod off. And now I will grab my tweezers and go ahead and pull this top part off. It just is a little too sloppy, and I don't do a great job, but either way, you're just gonna grab it and pull it out until all those colors meet at the end. And that'll give you a nice clean area to stick your other punty to. And again, you know, on both sides, I want all three colors to be touching the punty. If they don't, the color won't pull out from end to end. And when I reheat this, all the heat is pretty much in the center. I don't need to heat the edges, and that's it. So we'll heat this up and start to twist and pull and twist and pull and twist and pull until you have a nice long bit of twisted cane. I love watching cane being pulled out. I just love watching glass being melted. It's just so mesmerizing. Okay, so this little bit on the end, I'm just going to take off, and we will use that cane in a few minutes here after we have our disc ready to go. So when I build this disc up, I want to build it up nice and thin, but I don't want it so thin that, you know, as I get to the edge or the end of this disc, the center part breaks. You don't want that. So you want it to be, you know, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, somewhere around there thick. And I'm just going to continue to heat up the clear glass. And I always roll away from me You know, rolling away from you is going to give you the most even line you can get. And even though my lines are not perfectly even, you know, there's some people that can make these discs just absolutely perfect, and oh, it frustrates me, but it fascinates me at the same time because I can't quite get there yet, and I've been doing this for a long time. I try not to worry about it too much or stress out about it. I'm just looking to get a really nice wide disc, and if I have to, I will add a little bit to one side or another to get it as round as I can get it. And you know, it may look sloppy, but it works. It works for me. So hopefully, if your disc is not like all perfect and textbook, it will still work out for you too. And I do have my marble mold there just to kind of straighten things up. That looks nice and big. I like the size of this, and we're gonna go ahead and go with this disc. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just heat the disc up and flatten it out a little bit. Then I turn it around, and now we are going to add this cane right to the very center. And you know, if you break the cane, no worries, just add it to where it broke off and continue. You probably won't even notice it. I was kind of proud of myself here because I was able to get the whole bit of cane all the way around the disc. Sometimes it gets a little awkward to turn the mandrel. So you just kind of have to do your best to continue to turn it at a nice, gentle pace, making sure that that cane sticks right to the glass. And then here at the end, I'm going to just finish the disc off, or the cane wrap off on the very end. And I made it this far, and I'm happy. Okay, so now I'm going to heat the whole face of this up and just start to press it down into the clear glass. I'll do that a couple times, and then we will commence melting this down and compressing it. Anything you do with these discs, these implosion or compression discs, are, you know, every single dot, line, cane, it's going to look different and really interesting every single time. Okay, so I'm starting out by heating up a whole half of the disc, and this probably took about, I'm going to say 6 to 8 minutes to melt this all the way down. And I have it on double time, so don't worry if you think I'm going a lot faster than, you know, you think, because I am. But really, it just takes a lot longer than what you are looking at here. So I'm heating up inside. It's going to start to melt down on the edges. You want the edges to begin melting down first, and then it becomes kind of like a little cup. And when that happens, that's when you want to push everything back and then really start to pour the heat on from the edge all the way to the center. So I have a nice big bushy flame here. And as soon, you know, anytime you kind of feel like things are getting out of control, stop what you're doing and flatten it out a little bit. You don't have to flatten it all the way, just enough to where you feel like you're in control again. And continue heating from the edge to the very center. Sometimes I will go on the other side of the mandrel right here and really heat up that cup area. And that heat will kind of expand out to the rest of the bead. So everything's looking really white hot here. I'll give it another press. And this is kind of where everything is coming to a close. I will heat the inside cup, and then, you know, what I'll do sometimes is straighten things out and just heat the edge, kind of like you are doing a, you know, the disc with the dots and the clear on top, and you're just, you know, melting it down to make lines. but most of the time you're going to be right underneath that cup and the heat is right on the edge and going right into the center. So you have to think like, pretend you almost want the mandrel not to be there because that's where you want all your heat going, is from the edge to the center. All right, we are just about done here. And that's it. I end up by heating up here on the side and evening things out. And that is our cane, our single cane compression bead. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And again, as always, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll see you guys again soon.